Hello. So we have a working trunk lock, uh, trunk lock, hood lock. Let me walk you through my thinking process. I spent a lot of time designing it because it wasn't obvious, and but now it's perfect. Um, for this, we need, of course, to take off a few things. Okay, yeah, we need this one, and let's zoom in. Good. So, that's my pointer. Okay. As you can see, we have everything before in front of the bulkhead. So in this little area here. Um, Last stream, this area was completely built up. We couldn't place anything here. So I decided, well, after looking at pictures of the original car, I saw that the locking mechanism is here. So I had to make room for it. There was no other way. Everything still works as before. So the headlight blinds unaffected. Just as you will see, slight redesign of the mechanism, nothing major. But now we have the locking mechanism fitting in here, and this is the hood latch. I mean the hood latch, the tongue, or how we call it. There was one problem because the hood, because of the hinges, the hood was like half a stud ish uh, offset. So I wanted to be for it to be a, on the one stud grid, and to achieve this, I had to redesign the hood hinges as well. So now, as you can see, now we have gears, just like in the original. The hinges still need some work, but they have gears. I still need to attach a spring to this so it'll hold it upright. Otherwise the hood isn't going to stay open, but that's solved. Okay, so here in the front, things are tight, of course. And one of the reasons I had to do it to the grid is because you see, this thing fits exactly in here. There is no room. Okay, so now let's take the front clip off and let me show you how it looks inside. I have, of course, optimized the parts in the front clip as well with the same uh, in the same breath. Uh, so, come on, light, don't quit on me. Okay, so now we split the teeth uh, on two sides. You can see now that there's two gears here. There's two gears, and there's 2 gears here. Now, why is this gear different? Very simple. See, when this guy goes down, it needs just a tiny bit extra room that a full gear doesn't give it. And this is purely for reliability. I discovered this because the mechanism sometimes worked, sometimes didn't, and then I played around and found out that this gear here gets a little bit of play here on the axle, and then it impacts with this and doesn't give it the room that it needs to swing down fully. Okay, so basically it works very simple. I'll take the front cover off as well because I made it removable. It's much better than it was. So you see, this guy is now fully removable, and we can see the front of the mechanism, which is really more interesting because here in the back is just the lever. So I'll take this off as well. Just a second. This is just obscuring the view. Okay. So again, very simple. I used, as you can see here, I used a 120-degree connector here because it was the only way I could mount the spring. So the rubber band, but I call it the spring. Otherwise, there was no room. So it has to be here to provide this action. So this guy jams in here until you move this, it cannot pop open. So I can, oh god, you see, I basically pull this out before he will pop on. And now just do this and it pops open. Very simple lock, but it works. It's reliable. It works very nice. It takes up the minimum amount of space. And I'm happy. And of course, when we reach under the bumper, we have the unlocking mechanism. So everything's here. Everything that I wanted is here. Suddenly, a big cavity here that was filled with bricks before, and this is great. We put this back in. It's not gonna move anywhere despite its simple fastening, because it cannot move up. Because of the frame, so it's perfectly stable where it is. The blinds move up and down independently now. They're not connected anymore until they are mated with the rest of the body. So very nice. I did some small parts optimization in the whole structure here as well, but that doesn't matter really. So here we have the 2 gears. Before we had just one in the center. Now we have 2 on the edges. Nothing more to it. They just operate the 2 gears in unison. I'll show you. just let me put all of this back together. I've taken this off today so many times, I just don't want to take it off right now anymore. So there we go. Both work in unison again. If you want to see again what I just showed, rewatch the stream. There. Man, this USB cable is really annoying me. So basically, these parts are, I think they are some sort of bionicle. It's a gear, and then it has an axle connected to it. I have no idea how this part is called, but a long time ago I ordered some. I thought, it's an interesting part. Who knows when it might be useful? Well, it's useful here. Because this works much better than the 8-tooth gears. Speaking of 8-tooth gears, today, since I had everything here apart, I also took out the front suspension and the torsion bar stuff, and I checked up on our 8-tooth friends. So basically, they are in good shape, except this one. Come on. Except this one is a little deformed. I don't know why. I don't know why this is deformed and this one isn't. But I don't know. I guess I did something that caused this, because I don't know. The other one is perfectly fine. No deformities at all. So I don't know. Okay. Now, what do we want to do today? We have, now that most of this stuff is done, we have several options. We can do the triangular windows. Well, depending on time, we can do other stuff as well. Triangular windows. We can see if we can place the rubber bands here on the hinges, but that's a waste of time. I'll do this off screen because this is boring. There will be, I don't know, in a few days there will be just a rubber band here somehow. I don't know. We'll see. And the other thing that we can do, we can do something about the engine. So now that we know exactly how much room we have for the engine, we can start making our dummy engine. And after that, it's gearbox time. And we are slowly coming to a point where everything major is done. And then, hey Felix, and then we have to just optimize everything for parts, for connections. We have to go through the whole car, see where we can omit stuff, make stuff better. All of the connections can be improved to use as few parts as possible. There's a lot of potential still in the car now that we change stuff. Yeah, I think going for the engine is going to be our choice. And first thing that we are gonna do is to determine where exactly the drive shaft needs to connect to the gearbox. And for this, I need to get our gearbox. But falling apart already because I have allowed myself to take some parts off of it. Yeah. I needed a connector for the mechanism, so I stole on from the gearbox. Okay. No, I have not thought about RCing it at the moment because I want to finish it first. Once everything is finished, then the only thing that I'm gonna think about is how to RC it. But there's so many things that need to be done before RCing that that's really the last thing. And for this, I'm going to rely on you guys to well, the beauty, Leon, the beauty with leaf springs is that you can use as many as you need. Hey, Jonathan, you can use as many leaves as you need. If one leaf is enough for you, is if the weight of the vehicle is low enough that it needs just one leaf, use just one leaf. If it needs two, use two. If it needs a third one, use a third one. That's the beauty of it. Felix, you misunderstand. We are building the car completely, and then, of course, if you have a car like this, it's fun to have it remotely controlled. When we talk about remote control, we don't mean RCing it with RC components. We're meaning just to make it remotely controllable. We don't know. I don't know how yet. With some Lego stuff. No. There's a stream where I tried it, but it's like it's like this high. It the scale of the car is not right for the inline four. It does not fit. So let's now mount this gearbox so that we can see where exactly our engine needs to be. The gearbox should be as low as possible. I would say right about here. I think that would be the perfect position for it. And I'm not really gonna try to mount it really seriously. Oh, the width. Again, same. It's exactly the same. It all depends on how much weight the spring needs to support. There's no right or wrong answer. You just need to try it. You see, with the charger as well. I tried first to have the car supported by a single row, and then I had to beef it up to 2 rows. So Hakuin, hey, welcome to the stream. Okay, I do need to mount it a little bit. Little bit. because I will turn the car around with the gearbox in, so that I can see where the input shaft for the gearbox is. Not really, I must admit. I did play with some truck suspensions. I think with in my old website there was like an idea for a tandem axle of a truck, because it fascinates me from a technical standpoint. But I haven't really tried to design a truck, no. But you know, this will be after the charger is done. We are gonna have a pole, of course, and in that pole, one of the options is gonna be a truck. Why not? I have not done a truck before, and could be fun. Fuck it. This will be fine. It's not gonna drop out. So, our gearbox, if we should call it like that, is kind of mounted. And the only thing I want to see is the position of the input shaft. Nothing else. The gearbox and the engine will be 2 studs, as far as I can see, 2 studs further inside of the car. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, found it. Okay, now I know where the input shaft is. This is gonna greatly influence how we do everything here. I'm gonna to mark the location of it. Come on. Oh my god, so many 3-stud connectors. And the one I need is at the bottom, of course. Okay. This. I don't know his trucks. Is that the guy? Wait, is that the guy who does the realistic looking non-Technic trucks like Scanias and Volvos and stuff like that? What the fuck? There. Our drive shaft. That's where everything needs to connect to. Ideally, it would be on the engine crankshaft. I have a feeling that's not gonna happen, because There's one problem here, and this is this guy. Okay, then I don't know him. But please, if you can, do mail me or put the link to his stuff on my Facebook so I can see it. Okay. Now, first of all, let's open this baby up to 90 degrees because I want 90 degrees as it should be. I somehow suspect that the Lego connector that allows this just isn't 90 degrees, but we're gonna check. So I don't have high hopes for this. Is it 90 degrees or isn't it? Let's see. No, of course it isn't 90 degrees. Of course it's not. Why would I even expect that? Okay, so we are not gonna use that. Okay. Nah. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this. So 90 degrees. How do we get 90 degrees? Hey Leopard, welcome to the stream. This is, nah. Is it? Ish. Ish. Somewhere in between. Well, let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Maybe this wasn't such a bad idea. However, I'm gonna try to do it like this just for now to experiment. Nice. You're a bit late for the party, of course, but well, nice. Now we need to you need to rewatch all of the streams while you're doing it. Not sure I want that. I would like to make my life as easy as possible here. You know, the crankshaft should be right in the middle. That's, I mean, you know, it's really not gonna happen, but not with this kind. Hey, we could beef up the engine a little bit, but I still want 3 studs here in between. Otherwise, if I don't have 3 studs in between, I'm gonna have a hard time kind of mounting this, and I want to keep this simple enough that that it's possible to replicate. Okay, what if I do this? Looks promising. Hold on. Yeah, I can extend the crank levers. Kinda, I know, but this more or less works only for inline engines, not for this. For this extending the levers is gonna be just a lot of pain. Well, Christian, the original engine is 90 degrees. So, an American V8 is 90 degrees. So this is what we're going for. Let me just test my theory here. Of course, I hate myself. I turned it the wrong way because of course I did. It's to be like this. I am useless. Okay, fine. And like this. Just want to test the theory. Nothing else. This is not even close to 90 degrees. It's actually, it's wider. This is wider than 90 degrees. What do you mean? Lego pneumatic engines using these? I have no idea how people actually manage to seal any of this, let alone have timing done to this. It's a mystery. Hey, Basti. It's a mystery to me, and I don't know. Well, we're gonna make a jig here, because this isn't getting us nowhere. We're gonna make a jig, just so that we have 90 degrees, and then we can figure out the exact angle, because otherwise this is not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do here is gonna be a great contraption. So just so that I don't disassemble this by accident. Oh, come on. Okay, there. Okay. There's a problem. This would be 90 degrees, I guess, but yeah, okay. This would be the perfect angle, but apparently this doesn't work. What do they use as O-rings? That must be a very, very small O-rings. So, but now if we go one stud out, then the cylinders are gonna fall out. What are we gonna do here? See, we are complicating stuff that need not be complicated or should not be complicated, but well, it's fun complicated. It is fun complicating it. Okay, so now I get it why Lego V6 or V8 engines are never 90 degrees, because it's impossible. It is impossible. They can be, but then the pistons fall out. And if the pistons don't fall out, they have to be some other angle than 90 degrees. So larger. They're always larger, because otherwise they clash. I see. I see. This is hurting me on so many levels. Now, the only way we can engineer ourselves out of this is if we use, you know, the connectors for this. Yeah, we use connectors for this. But then the engine will be much larger and much more complicated. And since this is a fake engine, and nobody, except us of course, nobody will notice that this isn't 90 degree what you're gonna do, well, you're not using 90 degrees, I guess. So we're just using an angle that looks the way. Absolutely, we need these here because of reasons that will be apparent a bit later. Okay. The things that we find out, just as long as you theorize long enough, you see that even Lego designers have their reasons. The only mystery to me is that when they designed these, that they didn't think about this. But oh well. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be the way that they did it with the charger. Because this is obviously a good idea. Oh, Felix, you are so easy to please. I always like to experiment just a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna use the default angle because everything else is gonna be way too complicated for us. Yeah, I guess that'll be fine. Never mind the colors for now. If I wanted to do an engine that would be the correct colors, I would need orange pistons anyway. So, I mean orange parts anyway. Yeah, that's, I guess, I mean, it's fine. Okay, so this is done. This is done. Okay. Now let's do the back part and then let's experiment with the fun stuff. Oh, YouTube being YouTube again. I see. Well, since we are not using the angles, we could go for the form piece anyway. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's true. Form piece, and we don't. We actually have everything more stable. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Go in. There we go. Go. Okay. So now let's see. Well, the problem is, of course, our friend the steering. The problem is the steering. And the steering we could fit the engine maybe. Yeah, we could fit it if the angle was closer. So as it is now here, the angle is too open. So we need to close the angle. Then it might fit. Yeah, but then it might not, because we would need to make this narrower. Oh, shit. Yeah, if the engine was 90 degrees as we planned, then it would fit. But this just doesn't fit against this. Does not fit. Now what we could do, of course, is the same that Lego does. No. We could do, since this fake engine doesn't drive anything, and it hurts me really to even suggest that. Lego, of course, did this, that they had an 8-tooth gear and then another 8-tooth gear on top, just to raise the engine by one stud. I don't know in which model it was, I forgot, but there was a recent model where they did exactly that, and I really hate that. Well, see, the engine, we want the engine to be as low as possible, because the engine itself is gonna get stuff on top of it. It's not like Lego. Lego would build a gearbox here under the engine and then place the engine on top. That's not what we do. We place the engine low and then we make stuff on the engine that moves. So what I want to do is I want to have like valves, let's say 2 lift arms per cylinder, that would be like hinged like that, and then a camshaft, or we could even make them 4 stud long, and then a central camshaft that would actuate them, you know, to kind of mimic a camshaft and valves. And for this we need some room. So the engine will be, it will be like thicker. That's what I want to do. I think it's Yoka, right? I don't want to butcher your name. Welcome to the stream. Because anything I do to the steering without the big black piece is gonna be bulkier. It's gonna be bigger. The big black piece makes it as small as possible. See? Without the big black piece, everything works. And I am not gonna redesign this for the engine. No way. Yeah, the gearbox. If this was a Lego model, the gearbox would be in the trunk, over the axle. Well, I would love to detail the engine bay, so it would look kinda like the real car. So, but we have to start somewhere. So the engine is the first component, and we already know that we have to place it higher than the original. So I am not gonna use 8 tooth gears. No way. Instead, we are going to use 16 tooth gears in both the engine and the gearbox, to basically make the engine, place the engine higher. So the engine would be like this. And I think if it's here, we have enough room for the valve train, and it would look kinda semi-realistic, I guess. Kinda semi-realistic, yeah. Should be somewhere here. I don't know. Somewhere here is the engine, and then here in the front we can place something. No, it's fine. The camshaft, no. The camshaft, we're gonna build the camshaft here on top. So we are gonna add stuff here. We need to add a support for the valves, if I can say it like that, and let's just build. the first part. Let me see how it looks. Ideally, I would have these pieces to be one would be black, one would be gray. You know, so that when when they operate, you can tell them apart. Okay. So I would say we can have them like this, like this. Somehow. Just eyeballing where the support axles would be, and I guess they would be allowed to swing like this. So I mean, right now I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying things out. We're gonna mock everything up and see where we are at. This is not good. See, except if it stays like this, and then, but then we would need something, a spring or something. Okay, let's see. There are no valves in his engine. Everything is static. I want things to move. You know. And we need a spring here. What if we use one of these? No, if we mount it on each side, and then it's enough to hold this up. That's an alternative. And inside here we have the cam. cam would operate and the valves. I think that's a viable solution. And you see now that we have this, and we place it into the engine bay. It's already very high. Yep. And the engine is higher than the hood. Yeah, I've seen it. There's no moving valves. Everything is passive static. So we need to make it lower. Of course we do. One stud lower. And now I cannot mount valves. Well, not in the way I want it. Anyway. But what if we simplify this? What if we simplify this to the max? I don't know. I don't want a lot. Really, I'm easily pleased. If we don't even need a spring, we can let gravity do the work for us. No? We can have these here. And then the camshaft depresses it, basically. We can have it up like this, with this being the weight. And then the camshaft basically depresses this. Yeah, I know I don't expect real valves, but I didn't see anything that can move. Let me check again. Maybe I made a mistake. It looks like I've been watching the wrong engine. There's another engine in this thread, as far as I can see, but I cannot see details on this engine. Do you have any details? Oh, the piston hits it. Oh, okay. That kills it for me. Since I want camshaft. I want my camshaft. So we would have it like this, and then the camshaft sits inside here, I guess. The problem with the camshaft only is that it's not gonna be realistic anyway, because we can only have one lobe per 2 cylinders. We would need 2, see, for it to be realistic. But I guess it's not gonna be entirely realistic, but more realistic than what Lego does anyway. Just let me eyeball this to see where we can put it. Yeah, I understand that it moves, but I want it to move with the camshaft. That's the reason why I'm skeptical. I want my camshaft. Hmm? And I'm gonna get it. Okay. I'm here now just building a mock-up. I mean a mock-up. A prototype, just to show you what I mean. And then after, just for the just for the first 2 cylinders in the V. And then we are going to discuss. I do have Instagram, of course, and I believe you even follow me. Mhm. See. Oh, come on, camera. Okay, so I wanted, of course, it to look like this, but I hit a snag. Because, hey, Integrali. Um, doesn't cooperate with me. So my initial idea of the valves, doesn't hold water, because if one side works, the other side doesn't. And we hit a snag right away. So I wanted these to be kind of operated like that. Well, we are doing valves. See? Valves, so 2 valves per cylinder, and then I wanted a camshaft here that would operate the valves. In what? In school? Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I did not talk in German though, so yeah. What's to be done here? Wouldn't it be nice if these worked? This would be nice. A camshaft. But damn, it hits a snag here. How to solve this? I mean, obviously one lobe would need to hit both. Can't be otherwise. I mean, we can have like 4 lobes, one for each. Yeah. Why did this even work? What the fuck? Yeah, I thought about push rods, but we don't have enough room. That's the problem. Short axles with a stud thingy. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, but that's not right. That's not how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to work like that. Much less movement. Now the thing is that ideally In the real car, it looks it the real in the real car there's like four lobes, one for each um, valve, and then push rods go to each valve from each lobe. Um, hmm, you mean these? Hmm, wait, what if we do something else? Just a second. What if we bring them closer? I don't know. I never made a small cylinder yet. But it's probably twice as powerful as a small cylinder inline four. And I would say it's plenty of powerful, plenty. Depending on the gearbox setup, should I think it should. Uh, if you have a gearbox that's geared down, it should. I mean, I don't know. It's probably as realistic as we are ever gonna get. You know, it's 2 valves per cylinder, and it moves. You know, it's something. It's an improvement or what Lego does. But I don't know. I'm not happy with this. Doesn't give me any satisfaction, because one of the things that we need to consider is, and we haven't considered yet, is how to power it, because it needs to be a small gear on the bottom, larger gear on the top, to be any sort of realistic. And I kinda don't see it, because there's no room whatsoever. At least not now. So, you know, I'm gonna set the engine aside for now, because I would like to do something else. We're gonna return to it. Not this stream, but next stream. So, another thing that we need to do is rear view mirror and triangular window. So let's do that. Let's do that. Cause I really need a break from the engine. Okay. Well, for this, we're gonna, instead of doing it on the car, we're gonna make ourselves dry bed. Yeah, chain drive, something like that will happen. We are here. Okay. Our window needs to start. Where does it need to start? Here. Okay. And of course, since it needs to be at an angle, we are gonna use an angled connector. Let's see if it's semi right. Should be. You know, it needs to be like this. And everything is closed. And needs to go at an angle towards the top. So I think we should install it right away. Oops, and it's gone. Oh, Here it is. This one, the first one. Okay. God, how do I pull this out? Would have been easier if I started on the other side. There we go. Okay. So this guy needs to be here. Yeah, but it needs to be longer. Because of course it needs to be longer. Needs to be like this. We need this. And we need this. Okay. So now we have our angled part. I wonder, how do we do the other one? Let's see how this looks first. So I guess now we can install this guy. And we need a gray pin. Okay. From the side, this looks okay. Not bad. Not bad. Now we need, the only thing that we need to do is how to fix this guy. how to make him stay where he is. Let me just for a moment consider all of the angles that this is having. A ball joint would be nice, but nope. Yeah, so you see, we have this situation. Now we need to somehow put this in. So it won't flop around. So it needs to be fixed here somewhere with something. I mean, ideally, I would use a flex tubing for this. Then it would be easy peasy. But I don't have one, or rather, the one I had, I used. We could use this one. It's too long, but since it's flex tubing, we can always, cut it. I don't want to, but I could. So since we don't have a gray one, let's use the blue one just to test. So now this is flexible and we can fix it somehow here. Come on, I used all of them up. Fine. Get one from the box. Okay. Imagine this in gray, of course. This is just a test. Okay. Angle is not quite correct. It needs to be slightly lower because it hits the pillar. So slightly lower angle. Okay, no problem. No problemo. Okay. Come on. Okay. This is pretty much perfect. Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, this little piece here is snagging up here. So we have a little bit of wiggle room here. We can put it in slightly more, and yeah, we have a winner. We have a winner. There we go. Look at that. Slightly. It doesn't matter because this is gonna get cut to length anyway. Yep. I think that's pretty much as it should be. It's, I know it's not exactly in the same place of the door as it should be, since the A pillar should be one stud further in the front, so this would be one stud further in the front. Ish, but you know, an attempt was made. I think doesn't look that bad, all things considered. Again, imagine this in gray, not in blue. And it's even, you know, it's in the line with the body. Okay. Now the rear view mirrors. Let me just, since I don't have a picture here, let me just Google quickly where the mirror needs to be. Okay, so basically the mirror needs to be at exactly this the mirror needs to be basically here. Basically here. So, well, interesting. Interesting. What's the shape of the mirror? It can be round. It can be round. What do I have in this? I don't know. Oh, look. Look. I do have something that would be able to mimic as a mirror. Now, how do I attach it? Obviously, the way they are attached in the Lego Mustang is probably not gonna happen. Because, you know, we are still missing. They are, of course, in the real car, they are mounted to the bodywork, but that's not gonna happen there either. all of this was slightly longer, you know, so I could mount it inside. Slightly longer. This way it's probably not gonna look very good. Where can I even mount it? Yeah. This was one stud longer. One stud longer. Ah. And now where can I mount it here? Okay. I could do this. Not really keen on that. I cannot mount it to this guy because there's no mounting point. I could do something like this. That would be ideal. But how to get it to mount like this? Come on. It's the small things that drive you insane. All the big things, easy. Easy peasy. No problem. Small stuff. The small stuff is where they get you. So basically what I'm contemplating, what if I did something like this? You know, like what's the, let me see, what is this? 32014. Yeah, but where would you place this part? This would be pretty much ideal, I guess. Not sure how to mount it. But yeah, we can mount it so it doesn't flip. This is not difficult. It would be, I mean, this would be a little bit unstable, but doable. Let me try something. Come on, go inside. Why is this always so difficult? There we go. Trying to mount the mirror. Oh, right. It's too high. One stud too high. What do you think? We can always make another connection here. So it wouldn't, it wouldn't do this. We can connect it here. No problem. So what do we think? I think the mirror dominates everything too much. Or does it? I don't know. Yeah, it does look weird. But I don't know how to make how to attach it uh, to the frame here, cause let me take the door off again. You see, I don't know where I would attach it otherwise. Ideally to this, but this cannot hold any attachments. And if I attach it here, then it's, I don't know, kind of the frame gets lost. This is not good. Hmm. That's a head scratcher. In the end, in the end, we just omit the mirrors. They're not essential to anything, and they're just a fiddly part that loves to fall off, and I don't know. Just as I don't think that we can realistically make the fuel filler cap. Well, not in the original position, or at least. Uh, maybe we have a better attempt at this. Yeah. This looks okay. That's good. But the mirror, my God. I mean, ideally it would come out of the bodywork here, but that's not gonna happen. No. Hmm. But what we could do. No. Best I can do. Come on, sit inside of. What is your problem? Another. Oh, that's your problem. No, I guess this could go. This could fly. Of course, I don't like how it breaks the lines of the body, but there's nothing I can do. This never gets old. My favorite part of the car. Okay. Next. Seat. There we go. Car has a seat. No, I'm joking. So the seats that we are gonna have, we want. I was already thinking about the seats. So no, well, kinda. Well, kinda, because how would you want? How would you mount the mirror? I would gladly use something else. I could use a black axle here. A thin black axle could also be. Do I have one here? And we could also use this setup, you know, so that there's a black axle. And then we can use this one as black. This is probably easier on the eye. And even if I do this in black, then it's just a mirror. Yeah, this is done much better. Yeah. This one? Yeah, I'll do this one in black as well. Yeah, but a gray connector would be just too bulky. Too bulky and too big. Because then I would have to use axles. Axles are bulky and big. Can't use the black one. It's taken. Should be less visible. I mean, this is as invisible as it gets, if you ask me. You can hardly see the black connector. And once this is gray, it will be even less of a problem. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, seats. So, I've been thinking about seats, and we should have a seat that can be moved back and forth, where we can adjust the back, and with a simple lever we flip the back and to the front so that passengers can go to the back. So that's the three functions that I would like in our seat. um, I think they are all doable. I mean, it's something that you will adjust once and it'll be done, but of course it's also a fidgeting toy. So imagine having a car on your desk, and then you have nothing better to do. You open the door, adjust the seat back and forth. uh, I don't know, it's a function. And when was the last time Lego did a car with adjustable seats? I think the last time seats were adjustable, to be honest with you, I don't remember. It's the red supercar, I guess, um, from 1988. That's a long time ago. So we're gonna have more functions than any Lego seat ever had. That's our goal. But not today. Today I have enough Lego because I have been basically working on the hood lock for 8 hours today. And I have pretty much enough. One last time I'll show you how it works. So basically it's a very simple latch. Same principle than we use for the trunk lock. Just components are a little bit um, their position is a little bit different. Uh, the the latches, the hinges needed to be revised because otherwise the hood would be like half a stud offset, and there's no room for half a stud here. This needs to be on the grid. So close it. Then we open it. Close. Open. this one. This is the last Lego supercar with adjustable seats, I guess. Yeah, it has seats that are adjustable. Seats that are adjustable front to back, and the rest is done with very simple hinges. No mechanics. But after that, all of the seats, I think, were static. They looked better, but they were non-adjustable static seats. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I think the rest was non-adjustable. Yeah, that's for my vault. Ah, yeah, square pistons. Yeah, square pistons are awesome. So I think the charger is looking really nice. Front is pretty soft. I don't know what to do about that. But other than that, looking good. Looking good. I think everything looks pretty much spot on. Even the mirror, kind of like it. And of course, it needs to be steered with the hand of God steering. Except of the engine and the gearbox, pretty much all of the basic functions that we wanted are implemented. So, locking doors, our trunk lock, our hood. Oh, come on, where are you? Easier with the other hand. locks and everything. And then of course the underside, anti-roll bar, torsion bar suspension, adjustable of course, leaf springs in the back, anti-roll bar in the back. I think we've done pretty good. And certainly this is gonna be much more interesting than any Lego supercar. Now the gearbox and the engine and the seats. That's the major part. Then everything else is going to be purely cosmetic. And after I order the parts, so the panels that are now in orange or gray or white and black, this is gonna look so much better. Yeah. Anyway, in the next stream, we are going to build seats. I think the mechanism for the seats is going to be pretty interesting. The engine, we'll see. In the extreme case, we just put this in as is, dress it up with an air filter, and be done with it. I don't know. I don't really care much about those fake engines. Square piston engine don't fit inside, of course, because they are huge. So yeah. That's it. Friday, seat time. Until then, please check out my Patreon. Lego is expensive. Check out pictures on my social media. If you have any questions, I'm always there on Telegram, Instagram, Facebook. So yeah, I see you on Friday.